Hey everyone, welcome back to the range. My name is Matt, also known as the Ammo Nerd, and we have an ammunition review today in a caliber that I don't do too often, but I actually did pick up a Rock Island Armory in the best millimeter, our 10mm. This is a 180 grain full metal jacket from the fine folks over at America's Ammunition Company, or AAC for short, not to be confused with Advanced Armament Corporation, which is the suppressor company, which is both owned by the same holding company. Much confusion. In full transparency, the fine folks over at AAC sent us some of this ammunition to test with no strings attached. I do have an active affiliate with Palmetto State Armory, meaning that if I have a link in the description or somewhere on the video, that if you click that link, there's a little tracking cookie in there and it earns me a sales commission off of those. But I'm a little different than everyone else. I'm not trying to push sales your guys' way. I'm trying to give you guys cold, hard data. So if you're looking at buying some of this, you have a general idea of velocity and reliability and practical accuracy. For our 10mm testing, we have two barrel lengths afforded to us today. I don't have a subcompact available, but this should just give us a general representation of what this load is capable of. In the past, a lot of the 10mm stuff that I've chronographed over here on the channel has been very much on the slower side, so we're looking for something that can get at least 1200 feet per second, if not a little bit faster. I think the original spec has that 180 grain closer to 1300 feet per second from a 5-inch. We have our Pro Chrono Pal Digital DLX as always, as well as our Garmin Zero C1. We got that from Bass Pro Shops. A big thank you to them. I'm not sure what the temperature was on the day in recording because I'm actually recording this in the future because I forgot to record the opening, so that's why you see all this snow.
And now a word from today's video sponsor.
Our sponsor for today's video is Venture Surplus. When I was little, we used to have an Army surplus store in town. I still have the USGI wolf scarf from there, and my son loves playing with my camo paint kit. I've always wanted a pair of those sweet Mickey Mouse boots as well. Whether you're after nostalgic pieces or serious field-tested gear, Venture Surplus has you covered. Their catalog is massive, that's what she said. Base layers and close up the wall, first aid gear, and even those sweet inert grenades. And they're constantly adding new stock. But don't wait too long, their inventory does rotate. What you see today could be gone tomorrow. What sets Venture Surplus apart is their commitment to quality. They have the best grading system in the industry, and their team knows the gear inside and out because they've used it themselves. This isn't just for LARPing. It's proven in the field and ready for serious use by serious people. If my kid ever discovers Venture Surplus, he'll go broke stocking up on first aid gear and MREs. Thank you again, Venture Surplus, for sponsoring this video and providing the gear people need when it matters most. We'll start off our test with our shortest barrel length. This is my brother-in-law's Glock 29 with a 4 1/4 inch barrel because it is threaded, and we've got this very long compensator on there. Very, very interesting. We'll see how this compares to our SIG Elite. Nice. Looks like we're a little short from what our SIG control is though. And now our 5-inch, this is our Rock Island Armory. I just picked this up on clearance from Palmetto State Armory. Getting close to 1200 feet per second out of this. This is the Chip McCormick Custom Magazine, the 9-round. Here is our AAC 180 grain full metal jacket, our first group from our 4 1/4 inch Glock, 1.396 inches. Then we got the 5-inch out, 1.871 inches. That flyer there threw us off, so we took a second group at 0.988 inches. I would consider that better than average with our pistol caliber cartridges like 9, 40, 45, 10 millimeters. If I get anything under 1.5 inches out of the pistol, I consider that pretty darn good. It's around 50 to 55 degrees outside today. Had been raining a little bit, windy, although at 7 yards, those shouldn't affect these results. As always, your mileage may vary. There are certainly people who can shoot better groups than me all day, even in their sleep. Well, folks, it's about time to close the book on this ammunition review, as well as many others for the rest of the year. Once it starts getting below about 50 degrees out here, those colder temperatures can affect our velocities and give us lower numbers, and then people start asking a bunch of questions. So we like to do those tests when it's 50 to 75 degrees outside. But our AAC 180 grain full metal jacket fell right in line with some of the other 180 grains that we were testing on the same outing. Now, our SIG Elite is what I would consider on the top end of our major manufacturers for good 10mm velocities. I will say something to AAC and ask if they can bump the velocity of this up, but this has been warmer than some of our other major manufacturers, so it's a step in the right direction. I didn't have any failures to fire, didn't have any cracked necks, pierced primers. All the brass looks good. Everything went bang in both of the guns that I shot them in. As far as accuracy or precision goes, 7 to 15 yards is what I've been shooting pistols at, and I don't have a red dot on any of these guns that I borrowed, so the accuracy or lack thereof is probably more so on me and my skill set versus the ammunition and the guns that I shot them out of. With all that being said, it's time for me to get the heck out of here, but at the end of all my videos, I take a moment to thank all those who help make these possible, because there's a lot that goes into them. Number one is my family. In this case, my brother-in-law let me borrow his little Glock 10mm so we can complete this testing. Deacon would like to remind you all to like, subscribe, and share to get that engagement algorithm going, so that if there are more people out there looking for this information, YouTube suppressing them doesn't work and you can find it. Number two are my Patreon, Subscribe Star, and YouTube channel memberships. I have those links in a campsite below, along with some different affiliate tracking links or discount codes that earn me a sales commission. In full transparency, I do have an affiliate set up with Palmetto State Armory, and again, I like to try to be different than other social media influencers. I'm here to present data to you guys, and if you find that helpful and you're going to make that purchase, using that link helps me to help you. Number three, other fine gentlemen over at AAC, again in full transparency, sent me that to review with no strings attached. And of course, number four is you all for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you at the range. Thank you again, Venture Surplus, for sponsoring this video and providing the gear people need when it matters most.